Cristina Dougherty with Cristina Dougherty and Associates and Nugget, and today we are talking to Brian Baird from RDS Title, and what we are specifically talking about is something called title lock, which some of you have asked me about, and Brian's going to go into the difference between title lock, what you may have heard on the radio being advertised, versus title insurance, which is something that you most likely purchased when you bought your home, hopefully. So, Brian, people have asked me, do I need to purchase title lock to secure my deed so that no one can steal it and say they own my house? So let's talk about that.
So there's a variety of these products that you may not have heard advertised on TV or on the radio. And from what I can tell, the ones that I've looked into, they are notification services. So they are not proactive services, they are reactive. So they don't actually lock your title, right? So they don't actually do anything other than tell you that something bad has happened. It doesn't provide any insurance or protection, it just notifies you. They periodically monitor to see if there's been a transfer of title or new loans on the property or anything like that, and then they tell you that something's happened, right? Title insurance is a very different product.
So let me stop you. So title lock, so they want to charge you like $250 a year. So it's like $20 a month for this monitoring service. When this is public record, so you could also go on and check your own, make sure your name is still listed. Since it doesn't do anything except notify you that now you're in trouble.
Right. Yeah. So it doesn't.
You can do it for yourself for free.
Protect you. Yeah. And there's actually some of the jurisdictions will actually do this. They offer a free service that does a similar thing in terms of notifying you if there's a change. Title insurance is a product that actually insures your legal ownership rights in a property, right? So what it's doing is it's saying, if someone ever were to question your title, right? Question your ownership rights, other than typical things like, oh, VEPCO has an easement across your property because they have to supply power. We're talking about things like, hey, I own a quarter of the property because Grandma Mabel wanted me to have it and somebody produced a fraudulent will. This is the type of thing we're talking about. So if anybody would ever make a legal ownership claim against your property rights, you can actually file a claim and the title insurer will go to court and fight that out or reimburse you for any loss or pay the other person off to get them to go away. They got a variety of options on hand. The nice thing about title insurance is that with the enhanced policy, you actually can get what's known as post-closing forgery protection. And that post-closing forgery protection actually does what some of these title lock products basically purport to do, which is if someone were to forge your signature and sell the property out from under you while you own it, or take out a HELOC and walk away with $200,000 of your equity without your knowledge, you can actually file a claim after that happens. And that's only with the enhanced policy, which is one of the reasons that I do recommend the purchase of the enhanced policy. But if this is something that you're at all concerned about, the enhanced policy is certainly the way to go. And title insurance is a one-time fee.
Yes.
It's not a monthly $20 subscription, which is what a lot of these title lock services do. I, obviously recommend it, but you don't have to take my word for it.
Yeah.
One of these services, the Maryland Attorney General, actually came out and issued a consumer advisory saying, hey, this does not protect you. It's a notification service. This doesn't protect your title. It doesn't lock your title. It just lets you know something's happening.
Right. And the other thing I will say is that if you have closed with me and RDS Title, they quote the enhanced policy. So that is most likely what you have. You could have tailored it back to basic, but I would say 98% of my clients will go with the enhanced policy. So you already have this. And if you want to check, definitely give me a ring, but most likely you already have it. So that is all great to know. Again, it's all about marketing and it's all about fear. Title lock insurance or preying on your fear that someone will steal your title. So again, you probably have the insurance already in place that you've already paid for one time. It lasts way beyond the ownership of that home. So maybe you had that policy 3 homes ago. We're always here to be a resource, so let us know what are the questions you have about it, and thank you for reaching out and asking the questions, because I think it is very important that everyone understands if they're protected or not. So thank you, Brian, and we'll talk to you guys soon.